.org. And before you let your kids go on their devices, you may want to make sure that you have a great tool that's now available through Spire and the launch of Bark, which I have heard about. And joining us in studio is Dave Miller with Spire. And Rhino, do we have our Miss Jordan on the phone as well with Bark? And okay, so I've heard of this as a parent, but I don't have kids yet to the point where they have social media or have their own device or anything of that nature. So it's been in my, I've thought about it, but I haven't really dived into it. So Dave, what is Bark?
So basically, fundamentally, Bark is a parental controlled software that allows you as a parent to be notified in real time when there's issues with online use by your children. And really, it's intended for preteens as well as teens. So basically, I would say 8 to 18 is really a good denominator to use. And really, when you think about it, we've gone through this pandemic. A lot of kids have, been online a lot more than they ever have before, and that's saying a lot, right? Because we live in a digital generation. But because of that, and also, we have really, as a company, we really feel like it's important that we do things that really benefit our customers, and we have been looking for a long time for parental controls that would actually be kind of fit our brand: simple, easy, intuitive, affordable, and reliable. And really, Bark has met all of those hands down, no question about it. It's an award-winning service. It basically, we said, our senior management said, if we ever find a online parental controls service that actually works and meets all of our requirements, we're going to put our money where our mouth is. And that means we're going to offer that service for free. So essentially, Bark Junior, which we're offering along with the premium service, Bark Junior is free to all of our customers, existing customers, as well as prospective customers. So if you're looking to switch and you're looking for a service for a wireless carrier that is concerned about what your children are accessing on the internet and how they do it, and then also giving the opportunity for parents to be notified about that, then this company, Spire, is the company you want to go with. And it's really the partnership that we have with Bark. Titania Jordan, who's the Chief Parent Officer for Bark, is also joining us on the call. And Titania can talk a little bit more about the history of this and why it's so critically important. 3 things that Bark Junior does allow you to do. It allows you to manage and set limits on the screen time that your kids have access to. It also filters the websites that they can visit, and it also keeps track of location check-ins, which is a big deal. And then Titania can talk about the premium product, which, again, we're putting our money where our mouth is, a 29% discount on that service. It is $10 a month, but it's a 29% discount on what you would normally pay. And it's really another indication that we believe in this service, and we think it's critically important, particularly in this day and age when children are learning so much more about being online so much more with this digital lifestyle that we have.
Well, Titania, I have heard great things about Bark. Obviously, I haven't used it yet. I'm not there, but I feel like parents that have kids coming into it, we want to know all the parent control things, and it can be super duper confusing. So, what do you say to parents who are like, "Oh, I'm interested in something like Bark, but I know how to use it"?
Oh, my gosh. Well, thank you for asking. And, yes, parenting today in the tech world is like no other time in history. So you're not alone and feeling a little bit like, do I need this? And if I get this, will I even be able to use it? And the answer is yes and yes. You do need it. It's really not a matter of if, but when your child encounters a variety of pretty heavy issues. And you can absolutely use it. We have an amazing team on standby to help walk you through your specific tech setup in your home and the best Bark situation that would work for you. So Dave mentioned our Bark Premium. That's at a really nice discount for all Spire customers, prospective and existing. And this is the most critical part of this whole piece, really, is, there are ways that you can take a child's device away or lock down screen time, or heck, unplug the internet from your home altogether, right? But they're going to find a way to get on, let's say, Snapchat or Instagram. Yeah. They're going to borrow a friend's phone. They're going to hop on your neighbor's Wi-Fi. They're going to use the Wi-Fi at the local coffee shop.
Sneaky little boogers.
On top of that, it's not just – I know. And it's not just your kids that you have to worry about. It's everybody else in the world, right? I tell my son frequently, it's not that I don't trust you, although sometimes maybe I don't. It's I don't trust the online predators, the cyberbullies, just the world. It's all at your fingertips now, and you're vulnerable. So this monitoring aspect of Bark is so unique. It's what sets Bark apart from any other option out there. And it will monitor your child's texts, emails, YouTube, over 30 social media apps and platforms, and send you an alert when your child encounters cyberbullying, online predators, mental health issues, and more. So the managing and limiting of screen time is just the very basic that really anyone should be offering if they're in this space, and I'm so thankful that C-Spire is. But nobody else is offering the monitoring that Bark and C-Spire is together, and that is truly a game changer and means so much for Mississippi families.
And I would assume by monitoring and the bullying, I mean, there's probably, this is the way algorithms probably should work. There's something that picks up, words or phrases or things that have been marked and sort of alerts the parents to that. It's not, necessarily someone sitting there reading all of your kids' text message or, one of your teammates reading all of your kids' text message, right? I mean, they're looking for patterns and code words and where your kid's going on the internet that could be suspicious, right?
Absolutely, yeah. There isn't like a room of people just looking at their children's stuff. That's creepy. And as a team of parents ourselves that built this tech to help us with our own family tech needs, that's not something we would want. We are using an algorithm and machine learning intelligence to scan a large amount of data and distill it down to the most concerning things. So you're not going to get an update of a text thread that you don't really care about. But if there's an online predator trying to solicit your child, if your child is using incredibly profane words and you have that profanity filter set to sensitive, if there are sexual content situations happening, that's when Bark is going to give you an alert and not only alert you to the problem, but Bark is going to give you best recommended next steps for how to address. How do you talk to your child about
deep breath?
Because yeah.
Step one, deep breath before you go barreling into their room. No, but I mean, I think that's so important for parents to hear, like, how does this work? It's not just another app on the phone or another tracking device or something like that. It really is using what is being used against your kids already for other purposes and flipping that to using it for something super positive. Because I know sometimes we can be very, suspicious of Big Brother type whatever. And I'm like, yes, this is the way it should be working in terms of protection. We should be using the same tools that are trying to solicit them for their protection. So, Dave, I mean, for someone who is maybe a C-Spire customer right now and they're like, I didn't know this was out there, how do they go ahead and get and tap into it?
So basically, if they're an existing customer, postpaid, prepaid customer, they can use their manage my C-Spire account, or they can go in on the C-Spire website and basically get the service, sign up for it. We'll send them an email that shows them how to make sure they access it, put it on the phone or on the devices that they want to place it on, that's appropriate to place it on, and then they're basically off to the races, and that's how the service works. Again, like I said, Bark Jr. is free. And the premium product, we're offering a significant 29% discount on that service. And if they want to find out more information about Bark and about the parental controls that we've instituted and the great partnership that we have with Bark, they can go to cspire.com/Bark, and it's all explained there. One of the things that I think is really important to note, too, is that Bark is not a Johnny-come-lately or a Jill-come-lately to this topic. They've been working in this space for several years. Last year, they did a very, very significant study. They looked at over, let me see if I have the right number here, 2.1 billion text, emails, and basically that study showed that there's tremendous opportunities and quite frankly threats to children from a whole variety of online dangers, and it just reinforced the need for this type of service.
Well, it's always good to hear about tools that parents can use to keep their kids safe in a world in which they're growing up in, which is a digital one. Thank you so much for your time, Ms. Jordan. Thank you, Dave, as always, with C Spire, and y'all stick with us. More good